We're going to do air signs now. So your weekly energies, air signs, empowering vibes here. Empowering vibes. This is great energy, right? This is you feeling empowered. This is you feeling like you can do it, okay? However, let's just kind of talk about this, okay? Because I feel like, you know how you can only like sprint for so long before you kind of have to rest? But if you're going to all out jog, like you have to condition yourself for this, okay, air sign? Spirit wants me to say this right now. Having the stamina and the endurance to keep up this, frantic or urgent pace is just not logical, okay? It's not fathomable. They're telling me right now to say that you can feel extremely empowered by tackling projects and doing things that you need to get done, but in the same note, you can also burn yourself out. So making sure that you are taking care of you first and foremost. And part of taking care of you is tackling those duty and obligations, lest you procrastinate, right? I don't feel procrastination. I feel empowering vibes. But I just want to say at the end of this, at the tail end of this week, I feel like air signs, you might feel like you're fizzling out a little bit, okay? So make sure that you schedule in some you time to rest, eat a nice meal. You're already burned out. Okay, well, I send you love, darling, because this is your energy for the week. She's burnt out, girl. Look at this, 10 of Wands. Couldn't make it up. I couldn't make it up, air signs. And I want to say this 100% across the board. Air signs, this is the energy for this week. My boy too. See that? I can't make this up. Spirit speaks, y'all. The universe answers and responds. So energy for the week ahead. Burden, demands, overload. 10 of Wands. She is chained to a schedule. Or she is chained to a lot of obligations. Now, I feel that this theme of empowering vibes, that's great. I got a lot of stuff to do and I'm knocking it out the park and I'm handling a lot of things, but I'm feeling really exhausted, man. I'm feeling really overwhelmed, man. I'm feeling really stressed out and bogged down. Air sign, here to saying to you to compartmentalize your day if you can. Sometimes when we can't quite, like, this is what I see here with you guys. I feel like there's so much going on throughout your day in different areas or even at different places, okay? That you are so spread between what you have to do, what you already are coming from, what you're at now, and what's after this. Like I feel like you need to pull your energy in, air sign. So literally just take a moment and I kicked my camera. Take a moment and breathe your energy in and imagine that you're wearing like a ball gown. It doesn't matter if you're a dude, okay? Just check this out, all right? Imagine you're wearing a ball gown. You can see the gown down around your legs, right? Like a big swooshy ball gown. Imagine that's your auric field and it completely encompasses your body. It even goes down into the floor, okay? I want air signs and anyone else who feels the urge to do this, just close your eyes for a moment if you can do so safely and take some deep breaths and call that ball gown in a little bit tighter around your physical body. Feel it come closer to you. Pull it in. Pull it in a little bit tighter. I feel like you are so spread thin between all your other places to go, people you interact with, obligations that you take care of, that it's almost like you're in all these places at once and you're not really present in the moment. Not for any of these things, because you're trying so hard to pull everything off. Like that's what I feel here. Now, let me give you this. Do that regularly, man. And they're saying this, air signs, to compartmentalize your day. So if you're here working on this task, then work on this task and put everything else out of your mind. Now, next time, until the next thing, which might be in 30 minutes or in 2 hours or tomorrow morning or whatever it is, then the next thing, do that and put other things out of your mind. I really feel like, I've said this before, I'll say this again. I feel like when you are in this moment, but you are thinking about the next thing that you have on your to-do list, that's when accidents happen. That's when you make a mistake and shit, I've got to start over. Now this is garbage, or I accidentally cut my finger instead of the vegetables I'm chopping, right? This is how accidents can happen when your conscious awareness is spread across many different levels, okay? So that's what I feel here for you, air signs. Spirit is saying to focus on each moment as you're in it and call all of your energy in and stop spreading yourself so thin energetically, okay? Even even if you do have a lot of physical obligations to take care of, it doesn't have to wear you down in the ways that it is right now. Energy management is key. So others in your environment or others that you may encounter this week, King of Pentacles here, they have no idea how stressed you are. Either that or they're not sure how to help you. Maybe it's not their job. All right. Other people are a lot more relaxed. And you might be like, that's not fair. That's not fair. But let me tell you this. Empowering vibes are the weekly theme that you have. And look at you and look at others and look at how different empowerment can look. You're empowered in the way that you're tackling all of these obligations and duties that you have in front of you, and that is awesome. This person is empowered in a whole different way. They're choosing to spend their time in a whole different way. Maybe they've already been through some of this stuff before. I need to tell you that, air signs. I feel there's a touch of contrast, and there may be kind of some, well, what about me? How come you don't notice I'm struggling here? But they may not, because we're all singular in our own perspective here, and you may not be on the forefront of their brain. What they know is that you're kicking ass, right? But they don't know how hard you're having to do things, how hard it is to keep kicking ass, right? So speaking up about these things is definitely indicated here, especially if you feel a resentment building, because I want to tell you this, that it's not that they don't care, it's that they may not know, or it's not their place. And I need to say this to you, that this person or these other people with whom are more peaceful this week, you may want to spend a bit more time with them if these are people you vibe with, to help kind of settle down some of the frantic energy that I feel you having. This may be someone that you really like to stay in company with, you know what I mean? To really settle down at the end of the day, or, have a beer on the weekend or whatever. This might be someone who grounds you, who brings you back to center, if you will, if you're spending time. Allowing yourself to do that is definitely indicated here, but also knowing that this person struggles too. I have to say this, air signs. I feel like there could be jealousy, envy, intimidation. This person has been there and struggled too, okay? It just maybe not right in this moment like you are. But when you are, this is everything. Everything right now. You know what I mean? And that's what I feel here with air signs. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Let's dive in a little more deeply here. Gemini. Gemini, the crystal that came out for you from the box of bones, the trinkets, is this Picasso stone here. Picasso stone, I love this stone. This is about painting a beautiful picture of whatever it is that you're trying to create, okay? So I see here, do you see all the lines? Look at all the lines. And then I take a look at this. 10 of Wands, like those are all different pieces that she's carrying around to make the whole come together. And it's not quite come together yet, but it will. It just takes all the parts, all the pieces, every step that you are taking to become empowered to paint this beautiful picture, Gemini. It takes time, effort, and energy, and that is exactly what you're doing. So praise yourself for your progress, because it's going to become a complete masterpiece for you. Libra. Libra, I feel like you may be teetering. I feel like you may be teetering, okay, because you're very weighed down with this, but you want to, succeed in these areas. And like I say again, Libra, again, just like I said earlier, making sure you rest and replenish. The one that came out for you is the dice, okay? What I want to say to you on this is that as thin as you spread yourself across different tasks, obligations, relationships, duties, whatever this is in your life, Libra, just different facets of you, okay? I feel like as thin as you're spreading yourself, as much as you really want to succeed, if you can hone down your focus and really give the time, energy, and investment into less things, it would be less of a gamble or a risk, okay, for you to complete or follow through with whatever it is that you're working on. I feel like, Libra, you've kind of undertaken too much. You've got a lot on your plate. Sometimes we don't have a choice. Like, this is my plate. I can't help it. This is what I have, right? I just really, really want to stress to Libra, drinking extra water, making sure that you are rest, because I truly feel like you could make yourself physically ill. Put yourself down with a cold or a bad migraine or something like this by doing too much, and I don't feel like you're going to be able to complete all of those tasks. So if you could just whittle your focus down to like half of the tasks to focus on, and then when those are done, the other stuff, that would really help you to prioritize the health and well-being of your body along with the schedule. Aquarius, you got this trinket. You got this beautiful little pearl trinket out of my box, and this indicates to me something very special in your life, something very special in your heart, okay? Something very dear to you. I almost feel like being afraid to hope. And Aquarius, I have to say this, especially since you're feeling a little burdened and bogged down, although you want to succeed and be successful, it's harder to put it into action, right? It's harder than the initial observation. Okay, well, yeah, I can do that. And now I'm doing this and it's freaking hard, right? What I want to say to you is this, that your efforts are not going unnoticed. Your efforts are not unseen, okay? And really, you can do this if you believe in yourself. But if you're already having self-doubts and you're allowing yourself to entertain those self-doubts, then you will quit and you will not complete this. You will fail in this chapter or this lesson or whatever this. I feel like something is a challenge. It's a little bit harder. It's a little insurmountable. You're doing your best to keep step, but it's weighing on you. How bad do you want it is what I feel with this. How bad do you want it enough to keep step, enough to continue, even if you're not sure? Like self-belief, you have to have hope in yourself. You have to have belief in yourself. The moment you say, I know I can't do this, then you won't. You will not follow through with it because you've affirmed that within the belief system of your complex here. Okay? So let's not talk like that. And let's not act like, I feel like, again, I hate to say it's a little bit of pity pot. A little pity pot, again, you're doing so great, or you don't even understand how many problems I have. You don't even know how tired I am, how hard I'm struggling. You don't even know. That's not the case. Maybe this person has all problems their own that are consuming them. Maybe they're focused on other things and have no idea, believe it or not, what's going on inside of you. Who does? Who does? Just you. All right, that's what I have for the air signs. Thank you, air signs, for letting me read for you guys.